Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Perfect. Okay, give me a few minutes, everyone, and we will start. Oof, we're losing so much of this.
Tell that 2 tanks just showed up. Everyone's back here. I was like, God damn, Spagooter, I look away for a half a second, I get splattered.
I know, fuck. Man, I tried giving you a 7-gun salute, and they just shot me, so... Sorry.
I heard
that was
that
a
on
bad
my death.
crash.
No, I was like, I looked away at my phone for half a second while I was running.
What the fuck is that?
And all of a sudden I just hear, and I see my dead body.
So, I crashed into a wall and couldn't control it, so it might be...
It's okay, I understand. I threw a grenade and killed me and some other guy in a foxhole.
Niet super is
It's fine,
Good
all
boys,
auxiliary
Nells.
crews are...
Bingo, Rowan.
Okay. This is the comment they accepted back.
If you're not having fun anymore, what's the point?
Right.
Alright. This is...
Holy shit.
Okay, looks like our action on the front line today is at the southern bridge here. Looks like we are holding this bridge area. They're trying to push against it. The Wardens are trying to push against it, as well as the North Bridge. It looks like they have control of the North Bridge. Doesn't look like we have too many troops there, so we are allowing them to hold the North. And looks like we have engagements in the South. Now, the other day, the Colonials had pushed all the way to Outwich Ranch. That lasted about an hour. It was 6 hours total from the time that we took this bridge here, the southern bridge, worked our way through the mountain passes all the way to Outwich Ranch. Warden forces had exploited a weak point of our defenses to get behind our front line and start disrupting our logistics, which then forced our front line to fall back, and eventually we were back defending this southern bridge by the end of the day. We have been steadily losing ground since then. This is a very well-stocked, well-supplied area. We have probably the resources to hold off the Warden advances. Let's see if we could get to the front line and see. It looks like there's more action in the north right now. It looks like they're pushing to the north and abandoning their southern push. Now, it looks like our armor is wanting to cross that southern bridge and I'm assuming push towards Outwich Ranch again. But we have not been able to accomplish that, it seems. So let's see if we can get closer to the front line and see if we could nail down what's going on there and see if we could see some of the action. Oh, my binoculars. Oh, there we go. Why is this lag switchy up? Okay, so at the southern bridge, we have infantry hold. Let's get a little closer to that front line. All right, this is Daddy Nells from Nells&SonsGaming News, reporting from the front lines of the Lynn March area in the Sevo conflict. Okay, so we do have an intact southern bridge here. That's what I'm looking at, right? Let me make sure I'm looking at the right bridge. Yes. So our bridge is intact. Oh, now it's not. Interesting to see who blew that. Since we're trying to do an armored push, I would say that was Warden forces that had just blown that bridge. So that is going to put Colonials back a little bit. We are not. First, we're going to have to fix that bridge to get any sort of armor across the river there.
Thank you.
Got infantry moving up.
Those radios, we need them.
We have Warden forces around Foxholes on the east side of the bridge. And they are bringing a armored vehicle. And we at least have 3 or so, 4.
Hey guys, what are you gonna do?
4 infantry troops, and they are now moving towards the bridge and are going to light up our forces over here.
Drop off everyone and then get out of here. Go get my army.
Holding the bridge, we have some infantry. And sounds like we're bringing some armor up to the front line now. We've got a lot of infantry. We've got a lot of infantry moving around in the area. Maybe that's just the supply truck. Okay, we have a heavy Warden advance now, pushing onto this southern bridge here from the east going towards the west. It looks like they're going to try to hold on the west side of the broken bridge. Okay, they're heavily shelling the west side of the bridge with their armored vehicle. They're not allowing our infantry to get into positions to return fire on them at the moment. Not effectively, at least. Oh, we are moving up an artillery piece here. This will be good. Armor is retreating back. So we've pushed their armor back away from the bridge. See, they are trying to fortify this east side, this east bank of the river here, putting in foxholes and pillboxes. Ooh, and they've built up a little trench bunker area to the southwest of the bridge. Or southeast, I'm sorry. So this is reminiscent of the fighting that occurred here a couple of days ago, where hours and hours were spent at this bridge trying to gain an inch. Alright, we are now shelling the Warden positions with artillery and pushing them off of that bridge. They're getting them to back up a little bit and give us some breathing room. Okay, we have pushed right up to the front there. Some injured Warden soldiers falling back, and we are now pushing across the east side of the bridge. We are pushing across the east side of the bridge. We are out in the open, though, and they have foxhole, or they have, foxholes and trenches and an armored vehicle here. This is not a good idea. A couple of our infantry troops have gotten cover on the left side of the bridge, or the north side. Okay. This is not going to be a good situation because now we have Warden advancing on them, their colonial positions on the on their side, the east side of the river, and they're laying covering fire with their armored vehicle. So they're suppressing our troops. I don't know if we're going to be able to push much more further across than what we've already gained. I don't know how long that that ground gained is going to last. Armored vehicles repositioning so they could put some more effective covering fire on our troops on the north side of the bridge on their east bank. Looks like Wardens are taking some casualties. Our guys are holding position there. Now, we do still have the artillery unit on the west bank of the bridge that is going to be laying down cover for the advancing infantry, and it'll keep that armored vehicle at bay. This is when it would be really nice to have an intact bridge, though, to move that artillery piece a little bit closer to force that armored car back a bit. Because with that armored car right there, our infantry is not going to be able to advance across this bridge. This is just going to be it looks like we're settling in for a stalemate here.
We need them to actually win a little bit.
We have more Warden infantry advancing up into the foxholes, laying down covering fire. Oh, it looks like we just lost one, and we are retreating back across the bridge, back to the west bank. Doesn't look like we could hold that east bank for very long. We're not really in a good tactical position to do so. The armored vehicle is now going to move back up, but we still should have that artillery piece down here. Or has it backed off too? I am not sure what I'm able to visualize, if that artillery piece is still there or not. I'm assuming it is, though. Oh, because here comes the armored truck, though. Here it comes. It's kind of inching forward, taking a peek, seeing if it could get a little closer to the bank. And it looks like our guys are happy to hold position at the beginning of the bridge on the west bank here. I can't bring this focus. We got snipers on top of pillboxes taking pot shots across the river. Okay, it leads me to believe this artillery piece is not here. The armored vehicle has now advanced to close to the edge of the west bank of the bridge and is now laying covering and suppressive fire on our positions on the west bank.
I hate this weather. Reoccupy your trenches. Reoccupy your trenches.
Okay, Colonials are trying to coordinate efforts to get back into the trenches here. A lot of infantry standing around. Not sure what to do. Got our supply trucks coming in, streaming in steadily. Where did that artillery piece go? I want to know. Can't get eyes on that artillery piece that we had up there. Okay, yeah, that artillery piece is either destroyed or off for repair somewhere, as the armored vehicle has now retaken its position at the very edge of the broken bridge on the east bank, firing onto Colonial positions on the west bank. Laying down heavy machine gun fire, not allowing our infantry to advance to get positions to return fire here. Not effectively, at least. We can't effectively return fire at the moment. I'm expecting the Warden infantry to push up to this edge of this broken bridge here on the west bank, or east bank, to get in position to push across the bridge to the west side. They're carrying some wounded off the front line. So maybe we have kind of slowed them enough. Oh, looks like we are laying some artillery. There we go. Look at that. So we have our artillery back, and we are now hammering that east bank of the bridge and pushing their armored vehicles back. We do have some infantry trying to cross the bridge to get to the west bank.
Duck. Duck. If you shoot, I'll be forced to shoot you.
We have a transport vehicle unloading infantry, so this is going to be their big push to cross the bridge here.
Hey, they're coming across. I think they're coming across. Yeah, they're coming across.
Yep, so we have infantry pouring across this broken bridge, trying to get to the west bank and take and hold position there to push back our colonial forces here. And hopefully they will not succeed, but they do have a fair number of troops now on that front line.
No, it's the warden.
They're pushing. They're on our side now.
Okay, confirmed that they are on the west bank.
I am medic.
Don't have visual yet. We are taking losses. We are in need of some medics around here.
There's a medic. What the hell?
Medic, please. Okay, medic. Come.
You see, majority of the colonial infantry has now backed off of the bridge completely. They are now taking up positions in the trenches and in the pillboxes, getting ready to hold off this warden push. We do have some troops going up towards the edge of the bridge on the west side.
Oh, you just killed your own guy.
Oh, boss, I gotta manage.
We do. Oh, and we have the armored car coming back. We do have infantry falling back. Warden infantry falling back from the west bank of the river to the east bank. Looks like we have effectively stalled their advances. We do still have a couple of infantry on the west bank, though, of this bridge here. You can see them shooting. I can't get visual on them, but we can see them shooting from covered positions.
Wow.
Fake your defeat. Just stay behind the bridge. Not a single one touched the bridge. No one touches the bridge.
No one touches the bridge. My turn, please. Don't.
Okay. Continual exchanges. Looks like we still have wardens on the west bank of the bridge. We cannot get visual confirmation of that. But we do still see tracers coming from those positions. The northwest bank of this broken bridge here. We have an artillery strike hitting the west bank of the bridge from somewhere. Is that a warden artillery, or did our artillery hit short? Cannot get visual confirmation of that. We do have wardens setting up more foxholes, it looks like, and storage areas to get some supplies to their front line. This all leads me to believe that they are really getting ready to make a large push across this bridge. Let's take a peek and peek at the map and see if there's anything going up on the north side. Now, it does still look like the North Bridge. There is still some conflict there. There's still some conflict going on there. So this is an active front. Now, this looks more active than it did just a few minutes ago. So they might be trying to push from two different directions to either force us to split forces between the North and South Bridge, or just to see which one they can cross. If they cross the North, obviously they would come down, swing to the South to get behind our front lines. Or from the south, push up to the north to get behind our front line, to flank our front line at that bridge. So we are probably in a precarious situation. We need to keep them held across these bridges. We need to keep them in Lathier and this Outwich Ranch region across the bridge here. Let's see what we can see. Okay, so now we are getting more infantry buildup on the east bank of the river here from Warden forces. And they look like they're pretty comfortable there. They are taking some casualties. Infantry is falling back. We have the artillery or the armored vehicle laying down suppressive fire at our infantry positions here. We are taking some casualties. Both sides look like they are taking some heavy losses here. And this is turning out to be a pretty healthy stalemate. Like I said a couple days ago, there's about a 4-hour or so stalemate in this region. This exact bridge, I believe. So this has been a heavily contested area for quite some time. Got another transport vehicle moving up to drop more infantry off of this front line here. And here they come pouring out. We're going to try to make another push. Oh, and they're crossing the bridge. They're in the water. They're trying to make it to the west bank of this bridge. You can see they have taken heavy losses. They're not really able to hold position on this west bank here. At least not yet. Now we have our infantry moving up to meet their push. And I still can't tell whose artillery that is, if that's theirs or ours. That's Warden or Colonial.
Thank you.
You can go in the van wire, you can go in.
Oh, we have a Warden man down there. Another injured behind the armored vehicle. They're moving. Armored car is moving off the front line, whether they're taking damage. Oh, nope, we have the artillery piece moving back up. So it leads me to believe that was our artillery shelling the west bank of the bridge here.
Who's got an automatic weapon? Can you get this guy?
So that's going to push back their armored vehicle, and that's going to stop their infantry advance.
Pick him up.
How do I drop him? How do I drop?
Here we have more Warden infantry advancing to the front line of this bridge. The Colonials are not taking positions right at the edge of this broken bridge. They are staying off the bridge, behind their razor wire fences, and in their pillboxes and trenches. So the Colonials seem content to just keep them from gaining any sort of foothold on the west bank of the river. Colonials do not seem to be interested in pushing or trying to hold the east bank. Said that there's been a lot of pressure in this area the last couple of days, and at this point, just being content to just keep them on their side of the river does seem like the appropriate play.
Oh, you want Oh, okay. Yeah.
And much more infantry from the Warden's side on the east bank, moving to the front line of this broken bridge. And looks like, again, they are trying to push across the river. They are really attempting to hold on the west bank of the bridge. They want this west bank bad. Even if they get across, I don't know what they're going to do because they are just running into a meat grinder behind them. I don't know if they realize what's back here. but it's a very, very, very well fortified position.
We can't be ready for.
So for the Wardens, you know, this just may be an exercise in
This is the beginning of.
an exercise in fertility. They
Or do hey, beast.
like I said, even if they get this West Bank, I don't know if they can hold it very long. They can't advance on it. All right, we got some heavy small arms fire going on. Oh, we have some boats trying to get around the. I wonder if they're trying to get around their front line.
They're sneaking around behind. They're sneaking around behind.
Oh, and now we have. Yep. So okay, so the boat has noticed that on this bridge we have infantry pouring across this bridge. They're going to try to get behind our front line. Okay, so they're going to try to come back around this way and get some sort of firing position. Where can they go from there? They got a ways to go. I don't know what good that's going to do to them. I don't know if maybe they're trying to reach their northern bridge front. You know, if it looks like if we break over to this east bank, there is not a ton of defenses. Now, they're still trying to build up this area. It looks like they're plotting out other foxholes and trenches. They are getting supplied to the front line, it looks like. They have some storage boxes there. They're putting in the pillboxes. So they are attempting to fortify this east bank. Our west bank is heavily fortified already. So if we could push them back, if we could push the Wardens back to the east, and if we can get a foothold in that area, we might be able to push them back towards Outwitch Ranch again. It appears we have the numbers. I know that they can't get this West Bank at this point. It does not appear that they will have what it takes to get the West Bank. They're taking heavy losses on the east bank of the river here on this broken bridge. Let's take a look at the map again. Okay, it looks like whatever pushed to the north on the northern bridge, it looks like we are building up a troop presence there. We have a lot of infantry in that area now. So those other infantry troops were obviously crossing this bridge to the north when we just saw when our boat came around this area. So they crossed this little bridge here, and it looks like they're either going to hold position here or move up to assist in this push for the northern bridge. If they could take one of these bridges, they get a foothold on the east bank or the west bank of the river, they can then push either south or north to then flank the other forces in that area. So if they break through the north, they can then push south to get behind our front line on the southern bridge. Same from the southern bridge. If they take the southern bridge, they can push north again to get to this northern bridge, to get to our flank and behind our front lines there.
A sniper. Do you have any more ammo?
There's ammo back in the wounded area. Don't take too much.
Okay, it looks like now we are running out of shirts and ammo in this region and this base. That's not a great thing. That's not a great thing. We do have, looks like some troops pushing again on some Warden infantry trying to push across the river there. Oh, we got a big one. We got a big push coming. Let's get back to the action here. A lot of infantry moving around on their front line here. We do have the armored vehicle, and he is coming back to the front line. Again, I think they're going to try to suppress fire with the armored vehicle to get as much infantry across the river as possible here to try to make a push to this west side.
Alright, he's down, he's down.
Fucking hell.
We cannot get visual confirmation, but it appears that there is Warden presence on the west side of the bridge here. Although it may be taken care of at the moment, we don't see any tracers coming around. Night is beginning to fall here, which is going to make this situation a lot more precarious. Do have that armored vehicle now backing off that front line.
Ready?
Okay. So we've kind of pushed off the... Oh, now there's another big push coming. Hold on. Hold on. Now that night has fallen, it looks like they might be trying to make their big push to cross this river.
I got 5 seconds. You gotta make it quick.
Got the armored vehicle coming. Is that the armored vehicle? Yep. Oh. Oh. We got a tank.
Yeah. Oh. It was 1 second.
Okay, so now they're bringing in some bigger machinery here, and they're really going to try to shell this west side of the river. They're going to shell our positions here.
Wait. One of them just said to push. Wait.
I feel like we have enough guns that we should start pushing.
Colonials are discussing whether or not they're going to try to make a push. I don't think that's a good idea with this tank. You need to dispatch this tank first before you
Because we said so.
consider pushing across this river here. Yeah.
We're running low on shirts too.
Running low on shirts. Yeah, this is not the time to push. This is the time to hold position on the west bank, in your trenches, in your pillboxes, and let the wardens, use up their resources trying ineffectively to push across the river here.
Okay.
Okay, we still have a large warden force at the southern bridge. It looks like there is not much going on to the north at the northern bridge right now. Can't say for sure. I think the Colonials are in good position on the southern bridge. Well fortified, lots of pillboxes, lots of trenches and bunkers. So I think they can hold off almost any advance that the Wardens try to do at this southern bridge here. Especially with the bridge being destroyed, no one can get vehicles or artillery pieces across to the other side. And so they're going to have to rely on trying to push infantry across, which any infantry that cross this bridge, this southern bridge, especially from the Wardens coming from the east to the west, they're going to run into an absolute meat grinder down there. And they're not going to be able to take any more than just the base of the bridge on the west side. They can't even hold that feasibly for very long. Seems like the action is slowing down. Both sides might be taking the opportunity to regroup. So I think we have a pretty, the Colonials have a pretty solid defense at the southern bridge. Let's try to make our way north a little bit. Let's take a peek at that front line. If I can get out of this razor wire. There it is. Let's see where we're at here. Okay. See if we can get a look at this bridge here. Okay, we do have some fighting at the northern bridge. Hard to see exactly what's going on. The bridge to the north is also destroyed. Colonials do have a tank on the west bank of the northern bridge. Looks like they're shelling Warden positions on the east bank. Small arms fire going on. Defenses seem to be a few pillboxes up here. Some very light trench work that's not completed yet. Some bunker. Supply trucks. Okay, this position is definitely not as well fortified as the southern bridge. There is a lot of bunkers, trenches, watchtowers, and a few pillboxes here. But where the southern bridge is definitely impenetrable, essentially, once you get across to the west bank, this one definitely, if the Wardens can push here, take out this tank, they probably have free reign all the way behind our southern front line. Looks like we are moving some infantry around. I don't know where they are heading. Not a ton of action here. I think this is a tactical mistake on the Warden's part. This is definitely the bridge you want to be pushing. They also have a tank. So it's tank versus tank holding this bridge here. So whose tank is going to make the mistake? All right, that's going to be the question. Whose tank crew is going to make the mistake, get themselves destroyed, and allow for free reign of infantry across the river? Oh, the Colonial tank is pushing forward. Trying to get... Oh, and has hit a direct hit on the Warden tank. They are now retreating back to the east. And looks like they are nearly out of firing range. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to suppress with some small arm fire. That's really not going to bother the tank crew very much. Oh, it looks like we're putting some fire on positions as well. Yeah, it looks like we are actually, we don't have visual confirmation, but it does appear that we are on the east bank of the broken bridge, the northern bridge. This is the northern bridge again. We're on the east bank. It looks like we are laying down fire at Warden positions in these bunkers and trenches. And we are shelling their positions now on that east bank. Definitely keeping them at bay. Because to me, this is the least fortified of the two bridges, okay? We do have a much heavier piece of equipment guarding this bridge than we do in the south. But the south, we're relying on the chicken wire and the bunkers and trenches and all those pillboxes that are effectively sealing off the west bank from the south. We do have artillery still raining down. We do have the Warden tank trying to move back into position to get some shots on our front line here. Decided against it. Thought better of it. Yeah, these bunkers are taking a lot of fire from Colonial forces. They are really pushing... They're really pushing these forces up here. Keeping them busy. Okay, we're going to take a short 5-minute recess. Let's keep the map up so you can kind of see what's going on in both places. Effectively, we are stymieing anything happening on the northern bridge. They are not even attempting to make really big pushes there. The south looks like it's a different story, and the resources are running out at the southern bridge. So we'll just take a 5-minute break and we'll come back and see how everything stands. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Let's go ahead and take a look again at the action at the northern bridge, and then we'll move back to the southern bridge, take a peek at what's going on down there, and then call this a report. Okay, we do not have visual confirmation, but it does appear that we have Colonial troops holding the east bank of the broken bridge to the north. We are hammering their trenches and bunkers with artillery. And it appears we have a good chance of gaining some ground to the north here. Okay, so that is looking like it is going in our favor. I am nervous about the lack of fortifications to the north there. Let's see if we can see the south. Let's get a little bit, we need to get kind of away from the front line a little bit because we are just a reporter with a pair of binoculars and a radio. Okay, the action seems kind of quiet on the southern side here. Let's get in a better position, though. Get back to where we were previously. That was a good spot. Oh, get tangled up in the razor wire. Oh, no. Reporting from the front lines is a dangerous job, ladies and gentlemen. You get caught on the razor wire every now and again. Yeah, things have definitely quieted down to the south. So it looks like we have stopped their advances to the south. It looks like we are getting ready to push from the north. I don't know what the resources are like up there, and if we are capable of making a heavy push across the east bank of the North River. But the Wardens definitely cannot push from the southern bridge west. So the northern bridge of the Lynn March area is definitely the most integral front line in this conflict. But the southern bridge is where most of the action has been. The north seems to just be an armor and artillery kind of battle. Colonials are using artillery as a shield to keep the Wardens from pushing west from the northern bridge, and then focusing our infantry to the south to hold back any advances from the Wardens west of the south bridge. But like I said, if they get over here, look at what they're running into. This is no joke. This is heavily fortified. And as long as you have the troops around here, there's no getting through here. You might be able to sneak one infantry guy through, but I don't know what that's going to do for you. So I think we are safe at the southern bridge. The north, though, they can still end up taking the northern bridge, crossing the river to the west, and then working their way south to get behind this front line. And if they could do that, they can collapse this entire area and push the Colonials back, to at least Nathier, okay? Nathier, whichever, right here. So the Warden's best bet is to come across this bridge here, work their way south to get behind this front line. Once they have loosened up this front line, then they can pour in troops from the south and continue pushing colonial forces out of this area almost completely. Colonial's best chance, I'm going to say, is pushing from the north again. They can also push from the south. Colonials can push from the south and then work their way up north. It looks like they have a foothold now. So this area up here is definitely heating up. We have a foothold across to the eastern border of the eastern bank of the bridge in the north here. And hopefully we can then work our way down south, get behind their front line, push from the south, and work our way to the Outwich Ranch region. But that'll do it for today's report. We will keep you up to date on the goings on, and we'll be reporting again from the front lines very soon. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.